So let's talk about After Us. After Us is a game that I picked up at UKGE this year. So it's designed by Florian Siriax and the art is done by Vincent Dutrait, and it's published by Catch Up Games, and I got mine from Hatchet Board Games UK. It's a game for 1 to 6 players. This is a deck building game and it's out in 2023. The cover you see on my edition is the limited edition UKGE edition. So all the games going forward, I believe, will have the Eiffel Tower on them, such as this rule book. So you can see that the designer, because I got the designer to sign my copy, and he wrote Sarah here like that. So After Us is a really great deck building game in which you are planets who have taken over Earth, and you just want to be like the ruling ape. So you're going to have a main board with different kinds of monkey cards, primate cards face down, and you're going to have level 1 cards and level 2 cards, and they will cost a different amount of resources. Each player is going to have their own player board. So for example, here is the pink player board, and all the player boards do have different artwork on them, which is really cool. So you will have a rage tracker down here, so you will be keeping track of rage, and each person is going to have some primate tokens, and I'll get to what those are used for in a little bit. So you are going to start with a starting hand of cards. So for example, here are the cards for the pink player. So each player is going to have cards of these tamarins that are holding your own flag. And you are going to shuffle your cards. So at the beginning of the game, you're just going to have your starting hand, and you are going to draw 4 cards, and then you are going to place these cards underneath your player board to create an assembly. And you are trying to create connections between these frames so that you can then collect the things that are in the completed frames, only the completed frames. And sometimes a card will have just a complete frame in the center of it, just like that one. So the different resources you're trying to collect are grains, which are these black tokens, fruit, which are these orange ones, and flowers, which are these blue ones. And then you also have batteries. So you're trying to collect all the different things, and you're basically getting an engine going. So based on what resources you collected, you will hopefully be able to recruit new monkeys during that phase of the game. So the game is played in 3 different phases. The first phase is assembling the tribe. So that's when you draw 4 cards from your draw deck and assemble your tribe in whichever way you choose and create those frames. And then you're going to, from the top to the bottom, left to right, collect the things from the completed frames. Sometimes you'll see that you have to pay something in order to get something. So for example, this one, you would have to pay 1 grain and 1 battery in order to get 1 point. The light bulbs are points, and the game end will trigger once someone has reached 80 points. If multiple people reach 80 points in the same round, then when that round ends, whoever has the most points will win. But the game end is triggered once someone reaches 80 points. So you're collecting the different resources so that during the second phase of the game, you can recruit new primates. So after everyone has assembled their tribe and gone from top to bottom, left to right, collecting all of their things, and you're going to be doing that simultaneously because otherwise it would take quite a bit of time while you wait for everyone to collect all their resources, then you're going to go to the second phase of the game where you're attracting new apes. So this is a phase of the game where you're going to have these tokens, and secretly you are going to select which ape you want to attract. Different apes are known for providing more of a certain kind of resource. So you are going to see on this main board that the cost of the ape is associated with its color, and then also you'll see here what they're known for giving. So like if you have a lot of flowers to spend, you can recruit this ape, and you are more likely to get points from the cards that you acquire. From this ape, you're more likely to get batteries, and batteries are really helpful for using special abilities throughout the game, which I can show you in a minute. This one is known for getting rage, and rage is very useful because you can spend any time during the round, on your turn, everyone's turn, for rage to permanently trash a card, and you want to get rid of those beginning cards. And this one is known for allowing you to repeat a frame. So that one you can go back to any completed frame and get the benefit from it again. So everyone is secretly going to select which primate they want to recruit. You don't have to recruit a primate. You can simply choose a token and get the benefit on top. So when you reveal your tokens, everyone will get the benefit that is listed on the top of the token. So this one will give 2 points, for example. This one would give 2 batteries. This one would allow you to repeat a frame, and this one would allow you to collect 2 rage. Then you can purchase the new ape, the new primate. And then additionally, you can spend 2 identical resources of any kind in order to take the benefit from one of your neighbors, just one. So for example, if on one side I had a neighbor who put out this token, and on the other side I had a neighbor who put out this token, I could spend 2 of any resources in order to either get this benefit or this benefit. Simply the benefit. You cannot recruit that ape. So after everyone has paid to recruit a new ape, you can look at the card, because they're all face down on the main board. You can look at the card of the ape you're recruiting and then put it on the top of your draw pile. And then the cards that you had in your assembly will then at that point go to your discard. They're not going to go to your discard before you recruit a new ape, because in case you get this benefit or take that benefit from a neighbor by paying 2 resources, you will get to then redo a frame, like collect resources again from a frame that was in your assembly. So at that point, after everyone has recruited new apes, you're going to discard the cards and draw 4 new cards. There are special tiles in this game that allow you to spend batteries to get like a bonus of some kind, like a bonus action or something. So for example, this one, you can spend 4 batteries in phase 1, and they'll indicate which phase that you can use these on. So you can spend 4 batteries in order to draw a 5th card to place into your assembly line. So that's really good. So there's a bunch of different ones. You're going to have 3 of these available during the game, and these all cost batteries. So that's what you're going to be using batteries for. Like this one, for example, you can use at any time. You can spend 5 batteries in order to get 5 points. So again, the game end will trigger once someone reaches 80 points, and if multiple people reached 80 points at the same time, then whoever has the most points at the end of that round will win. It is a really fantastic game. It plays very quickly, so it's not like a deck building game that's going to take you a very long time. Once everyone gets the hang of it, everyone does their own thing in their own time. So once you assemble your primate tribe, then you just go through from top to bottom, left to right, just collecting all the things from your completed frames. You don't really need to pay attention to what anyone else is doing. Hopefully everyone follows the honor system and no one cheats, because points start to accumulate really quickly, especially if you get the primate that is known for giving points. So for example, let me find the primate that's known for giving points. So here's one. So as you can see, this card, this is a level 2 card of the primate known for giving points. You can spend 1 battery here to get 2 points. And then on the bottom, you can see if you have 3 different kinds of primates in your assembly, you can get a point. If you see that symbol, you don't need to give up anything in order to get the thing that is to the right of it. So like, for example, if I connected these 2, I would not need to give up anything in order to collect those points. So the minus symbol means that it's basically free. So yeah, it's a really cool game. You're just trying to form really good connections. The level 2 primates are obviously better because they're going to have 3 things on each side. So if you look at the beginning primates, like for example, there's only 1 connection here, and you're not going to see too much stuff in the middle. So obviously you want to upgrade your primates as time goes on. I did forget to mention that if you use 4 rage in order to permanently trash one of your cards, each card has a rage bonus in the corner. So when you trash it, you get to immediately collect the rage bonus. So that's pretty nice as well. So I think I went through the entire game. It's a really easy game to learn, and it's a really fun game to play. I highly recommend it. I'm really glad I picked this up at UKGE. It was the #1 game on my wish list when I was at UKGE. So it was a limited edition copy, so I had to wait in line for it, and I am really glad that I did. So I highly recommend this game if you like deck building games, if you like games that play quickly, where there's not a lot of downtime, where you don't have to wait for other people to take their turns. Highly recommend this game, and the artwork is just fantastic. I know I didn't show you guys all of the apes, but the artwork is done by Vincent Dutrait. It's just really stunning artwork. It's just a really, really fun game to play, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, so check out After Us.